Our first guest is the middle child of one of the most famous families in the world, but now she's in the middle of some serious competition as one of the latest contestants on the new Celebrity Apprentice. Take a look.
Latoya, what is your name?
Our team name is ASAP.
And does that mean as soon as possible?
No, actually it doesn't.
Is it good?
No,
Yes,
it means
it is.
actors, singers, authors, and performers with a purpose.
Say it one more time. It's artists.
Artist.
So we want to do it
We
one
would
more
be
time.
artists,
And professionals, Marley.
singers, actors,
Authors.
authors.
That's okay.
Please welcome the one and only Latoya Jackson.
Something to you guys. What a wonderful audience you have.
Thank you.
Great.
You're the best.
I want to say something, you guys. I love this girl. I
Thank
think
you,
she's
Latoya.
absolutely wonderful. Let's give her a hand. I love you. I think you're wonderful.
Thank you so
Wonderful.
much. And I love you. And I've been trying to
you.
get you here since the beginning of this show. My radio career, this is our first time sitting down, but we've run into each other.
We have,
a few
yes,
times.
yes.
The last time was at Mr. Chow's in Beverly Hills. Wait, no, the pizza. I went over to buy some pizza for you guys
That
to
was
raise
the last
money.
time.
That was the last time.
Yes.
But do you remember about maybe 3 years ago in Beverly Hills at Mr. Chow's, and you were having dinner with your sister Janet in the corner and some other people?
Yes.
And when I walked in, you made me feel really good. She stands up and she, Wendy! And I turn around and I said, Latoya! So I'm like, ooh, I'm in Beverly Hills, I know somebody.
It's so true, yeah.
And I think I saw Janet like give you like a sit down.
I didn't know you saw that.
Oh, you know I see.
funny.
That's my
I
job.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
You're so right. That's exactly what happened.
Janet's a little more shy than you.
Somewhat, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, somewhat.
Yeah.
Somewhat, yeah.
You look good. I love your hair.
Well, thank you.
And, you know, the whole
well, you
bit.
do too.
The lashes.
Fishnet.
Thank you, Latoya.
Girls, right?
Say, listen, can I ask what you do with your hair? What is that?
This is my hair. I have, of course, help, as you know.
Yeah, okay.
I have help in my hair.
Yes.
Yes.
How's your mother doing?
My mother's good. Thank you. She's doing very well, actually.
Good. And your dad, too, but particularly your mother, because your mother, I know, loves pop culture. How does she feel about you being on The Apprentice?
My mother, she's excited to watch it. She's excited because we watch it together.
Yeah.
When we do watch it, and I'm going to see it with her, as a matter of fact, with my family on Sunday at 9 o'clock, Channel 4, guys.
Yes, yes, yes.
So we're going to see it then.
So now look.
No, she's excited about the show. She didn't know. No one in my family knew I had done the show because we weren't allowed to tell, and I'm one of those, don't, and I did not tell
Yeah.
any of them. So she goes, "Oh my God, how was it? And did they hurt you much?" And I go, "Well, I manage, Mother."
Now, we just saw that new promo.
She can't look at that one scene, as you guys know.
Well, what does ASAP stand for?
Oh, that scene. Oh, no, that's fine. My mother can look. She hasn't seen that, but that's fine.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's artists, singers, actors, and professionals with a purpose. And the thing is that I thought of the name for the for our group here, and at the last minute, Star decides to change it. And it's like, oh my God, can I remember this?
And then Lisa
And when
Renna
you
cut
start
her
saying,
eyes at
can I
you.
remember it? That's when you really get nervous.
Lisa Renna cut her eyes at you, and I heard and I saw on a promo, right? You guys, Nene Leakes called you Casper,
Yeah.
which, by the way, your skin looks flawless.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Now, when Nene was here on our show talking about The Apprentice, she says originally you guys were at loggerheads. She said Star caused it, like kind of created something. But now you and Nene are cool. She said you guys talk on the phone. Are you guys cool?
Yeah, actually, we are. And Nene is absolutely right. It's interesting when you're doing a show like this with such personalities, and a lot of people don't understand it. We're there for a purpose. We're there to raise money for charity, for our charities. And sometimes we lose that and we forget that's what we're there for. And some of us just go headstrong with doing whatever they choose to do at any task to win.
Yes.
So as a result of that, I felt that I really do and truly feel, although Nene was really on top of me, I felt that she has a really good heart, and she was being led by Star, and she didn't realize it. I saw it from the beginning, but of course she didn't see it. Star used her as her mouthpiece.
Oh.
And she didn't know that. And I said, oh, poor child. So I tried to tell her, and she didn't see it, and eventually, as you guys will, it will develop and she will see it.
Okay, so now how did you get along with Star Jones? Say it like you mean it.
Say it like I mean it? Okay, I'll be quite frank with you. I got along with Star as well as the people on The View got along with her.
Listen, nothing else needs to be said. I get what you're saying. So now, it's perfect. So you've known Donald Trump for years?
I have, yeah.
How did you first, no, you were the one, as the story goes, that introduced Donald to your brother, Michael.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
I did. I think Donna might have forgotten that, though, during the show. Because, no, really. Because, it was years ago, and Michael's having a concert here, actually. It was at the Madison Square Garden. And the lights, the show was just about to start, and they were announcing it. And the lights were going out, and they said, okay, he's ready to enter the stage. And all of a sudden, Donna walks up to me and says, LaToya, my kids would like to meet your brother. And I'm thinking, oh, my God, I can't let him meet them now because, the lights are out, he's getting ready to walk on stage. And I was trying to imagine. So I took Donna and the kids, I said, okay, come hurry. And I ran backstage, security let us through in the whole bit, and the guys Michael was in the group ready to say prayer.
Yes.
Because they pray before they go on. And I said, Michael, 1 second, stop. I go, 1 second. I said, there's a guy here that wants to meet you. And he says, who is it? I said, it's Donald Trump. He says, who's that?
Big real estate developer?
And I said, he's a big real estate developer here in New York.
Yeah.
And he says, he is? And I said, yeah. He says, okay, well, tell him to come on. He says, kids are dying to meet you. He says, tell him to come on. So he met him very quickly, very briefly, said hello. And I can't recall if we were in the prayer with him or we left to go back on the stage or not.
Well, listen, you guys, hold that thought. Up next, we're going to talk to LaToya about what it was like growing up in Jackson. I want to find out more about your brother Michael. Is it a conspiracy theory or what? And talk more about your life, love, and your pursuit of happiness. LaToya Jackson, more. Keep it here. So we're back. During the commercial, me and LaToya were talking. Her glam squad came out and glammed her up. I was telling her she looks fabulous. 53. We can Wikipedia it. She doesn't keep her fabulous. And I was telling her what I've talked to you guys about here on Hot Topics. Little Kim has morphed into your look. The rapper Little Kim.
Yes.
And that's you're very beautiful though.
That's so funny. It's so funny because about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, my sister Jan was telling me, Jan said, Little Kim is trying to look identical to you. I go, oh, are you sure? She goes, yeah. She goes, that's the whole little talk in Atlanta and the whole bit. So that was like 4 years ago.
Well, mission accomplished, Kim.
She's adorable. She's adorable.
Yes, and you're adorable. And let me just say something about your adorableness. So when I found out that, on Celebrity Apprentice, that, there were certain people that weren't getting along with you at one particular point, I'm like, what devil doesn't get along with LaToya Jackson? LaToya Jackson, because you're like a bunny rabbit to me. You're like, isn't she, you guys? Just like, she couldn't hurt a soul. You don't raise, in my mind.
Yeah.
Although still waters usually run deep.
No, you're right. It takes a lot, and I still don't, because I've learned to have endurance and be patient with people, and I learned that from my brother, because he always said that just be yourself and be kind. By nature, you're a great person. Don't let other people incite you, and that's what I didn't allow to happen on this show. Although people tried.
Well, in a past life of yours back in the '80s, you were married to that horrible man.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
You guys, do you remember the word on the street was that it's not that she loved him, it's that you wanted to get away from your father. It was 1989. Tell the story.
Yeah, it was 1989, but it wasn't necessarily true, because basically what happened was that I had to go to Japan, and my mother couldn't come, who traveled with me. My father couldn't come, so my father sent him. At that point, he took my passport, everything, and never allowed me to come back to my family. Right away, he just took me away and said, "No, you're not going back." And see, at that time, I was extremely religious. We were Jehovah's Witnesses, so I thought everybody was sweet and kind, and when they said something, they meant it. I didn't know that the world was so conniving. Yes, absolutely. And that's what you learn when you grow up Jehovah's Witness. I didn't associate with the world. I was very sheltered, and at the same time, I didn't know what people were really like because I only associated with Jehovah's Witnesses. So that was really a shock to me.
So now you stayed married to him for how long?
I wasn't married by choice. It was a forced marriage.
A forced marriage.
Yes. Too long, let's put it that way.
And
when I finally got away, that's when I got a divorce immediately.
it was after, because we read in the newspapers, you guys had an apartment here in New York at one point. He was knocking you around, something awful.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You'll hear more about that. Yes, a lot of abuse.
When will we hear about that?
Beating me constantly.
Beating you constantly?
Yeah, constantly. And it's, so this is a whole new world for me. It's like starting over because now I could be me and I could do what I want to do, which is very different for me. I've never had that opportunity, really.
Are you writing a book to talk about this? Because you said you'll be hearing about that.
Well, no, I'm really for women who are being abused and things of that nature. I think it's so important for us to speak out and say something because we've been beaten with a lot of times. And thank you. But it's important for women to know one time is one too many. If he hits you once, I promise you he'll do it again. So please walk away. Please.
During that time, because I could only imagine, I only have one sister, but if I had, a bunch of sisters to choose from, a sister for every occasion, was there a sister that you called during that time?
That's a long story. No, because I wasn't allowed to use the phone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, well, what about your love life now? Because you're like a bunny rabbit. I think you should be married to a count who's very wealthy, who has a booty full of diamonds and gold for you. Honestly, like you're like a bunny rabbit.
Okay. No, there's no one in my life.
You're not dating?
There's no one. Do you have someone in mind? No, I'm just...
Wait, hold that thought. Okay.
Guys, I don't look for anybody, but if it happens, it's going to happen, correct? Because I'm not the kind of girl that'll go to a club or something and looking for a guy, or I don't do that.
Wait, hold that thought. Something very extraordinary has just happened. We want LaToya to stay because I am not finished with my conversation, right, you guys? Oh. Are we okay? All right, good. More talk with LaToya after a quick break.
Monday.
Okay, so we're still having a whole lot of fun with LaToya Jackson. We miss Michael so much.
Oh, yes.
In your heart, LaToya, what do you really think happened to your brother?
Well, it's very interesting because I said this from the beginning that, and I truly believe this, and of course it came out to be true. My brother was murdered. He was actually murdered, and I don't care what anyone says. They say that when this first happened, I said, no, he was murdered, and Dr. Murray was simply the fall guy. He was the utensil that they used to put up front to cover up what someone else was doing. And I still stand by that, and they say it was a homicide. Well, what is a homicide? If you look it up, it's murder. That's exactly what he was intentionally murdered, guys. And I want everyone to know that. And it's really sad that people actually do that and try to get away with it or believe or think they're going to get away with it. I just wish for justice to be served.
Why do you think he was murdered?
I think he was murdered for many reasons, actually, and the main reason is because he told me. He told me that they were going to murder him, but I don't really wish to get into it right now, and that's why when he passed, I said, who did this? I'm going to find out who did this. Yeah. Because my mind went right there immediately.
Can I ask you this? How long before he was murdered, did he tell you that he's scared for his life, that they're trying to murder him?
He told me probably 3 years prior. I'm bad with years, but I can tell you during the time, it was during a time that we were all at Neverland and we were going to court.
So in other words, he was living for years thinking that somebody's trying to murder him.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, LaToya, for being open and honest. And you know what? It's been a pleasure actually sitting down and having a conversation with you.
Thank
Please
you.
continue to come back and
I
do
will.
well. And